Hey guys, how you guys doing? Let me get rid of this music. All right, how you guys doing? All my movers and shakers out there, happy new year. So glad to be in 2025. A lot of changes are going to be happening. We're going to get a new president. The economy's going wiggly woggly. I don't know what the hell's going on. Things are going to be happening this year, and I don't know what's going on. But the question of the day is, did I make at least $100,000 starting from $100 starting a new moving business? Well, that's a big question. See, a lot of people think that you can't make money with just very little bit, right? They think that it's hard to make money, that it's hard to get rich, it's hard to be wealthy, it's hard to have a good life. And I just want to say to all those people that are out there that are all woe is me and no, everybody's out to get me, and the government's just nothing but a scam and all this good happy horse scrappy dooby doo jooby job. That's just 100% bull dookie. Just 100% bull dookie. There is no excuse in America today if you're an able-bodied man or woman to be poor. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be rich. There's to be rich, but to be poor is inexcusable in today's society. There is no reason. I don't care of your color, your race, your religion, your gender. I don't care. There is no excuse under the sun for you to be poor in this society today. Period. If you live in America and or Canada or even some of the other more freer countries out there is no excuse for you guys to be poor. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be rich or you should be rich. It's not hard to be rich. It's just, let's face it, to be poor, if you're going scraping money from month to month, and there's more month than there is end of the money, then that is inexcusable. That just comes down to pure and utter laziness. Just pure and laziness. You're just lazy, and you deserve everything you get for being poor. Everything. You deserve being whatever you are right now, you deserve it. It all comes from your actions. Now, I don't want to get all Debbie Downer or whatever you want to call it. But the point is there's no excuse to be poor. Now, I have got hundreds of videos on how to teach people how to start a moving business. And starting a moving business is easy. You can start a moving business literally with zero money, right? But my challenge that I started last January 1st, my challenge was to take $100 and turn that into $100,000 by December 31st of this last year. We are now January 1st, 2025, and did I make my goal? Yes, I made my goal, and I made my goal in spades, and I'm going to show you proof that I made my goal here in just a minute. But here's the parameters of the challenge. The challenge is that I had to start with only $100. I could use no other money other than that $100. I had to parlay that $100 into further business. I couldn't use any other money other than the $100. I had to start the moving business from $100, take it to $100,000. I could not use anything but $100 to start with, and I could not use any other tools other than what I already had. Right? I couldn't use somebody else's truck. I couldn't use things. I could only use what I had to do the business. So, how did I start a successful $100,000 plus moving business, starting from $100 and turning it right? How did I do that? Well, the first step was one, I had to create my infrastructure, right? I had to create the infrastructure for the business. So I had to create the business name. I had to create a Google business profile. I had to get a professional email with that Google business profile. I did a Facebook business profile. I did a Yelp profile. Anywhere that I could put the profile for my business, I did it. Right. And it had to be free. I had to be able to do this all for very low cost or free, basically. I only had $100. So the first thing is I came up with a business name, which I had a business name before. That business name was Mr. Big Stuff. I thought it was really cute because a lot of people would call, when I had the moving business, they would call and say, "Hey, I just need your help with the big stuff, just the big stuff." Right. And I thought, wow, just the big stuff. So I was like, okay. And then there was a very popular song way back in the day called Mr. Big Stuff. And then Oreo Cookies actually took that song and redid it. And it was Mr. Big Stuff, Oreo Cookies, or something like that. It was some funky song. But so there's this catchy Mr. Big Stuff tune out there. Right. So Mr. Big Stuff was good. So I did a little bit of research, found that nobody's using that name. So I created the name, and I had to, from there, I then created some promo that I had for the business. So I created my Facebook page, I created my Google business profile, I optimized the profile, optimized the Facebook profile, and then I went out and started creating using Canva, which I already had available to me, but you can use a free version or a paid version. Eventually, I did go to a paid version, but I started out with my free version. So I'm going to go to my Canva page here. You can see it here. I'm going to share this tab here with you. Just give me a second. Okay, good. So there you go. We're now on Canva. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you my designs, right? Whoops. Wrong. I'm a moron. Okay, good. You can see here I created a bunch of different stuff. I came out here and you can start seeing where I started doing stuff. I started created this. I created an ad here, another ad, and I tested out these different ads and so on and so forth. And I created a logo, which I don't see my logo here. Maybe I used a different maybe I used PicMonkey on that one, but I created a logo, right? I used ChatGPT to create the logo and then using the fonts in here. So this logo that you see right here in here, right? This logo right here, this is Rodney. He's one of my guys. Come on, there you go. When you see here, this right here is, whoops. This is my logo I created. I created this guy using ChatGPT, and then I just used the font here to create this font. Used the Canva to put in colors and border, give it a border, etc. And this is what I did to create my logo. Right now, we're into doing other things here. Like we do furniture assembly. These are rack cards. This is my rack card here that I've created. We're going to be hopefully going into full service moves. So I created this for that. So you can see this rack card. And basically, if you want to do something like this, I took a template, boom, 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 and I used that template. And then I went and used ChatGPT to create these images here. Right. I used the template for the card itself. These images were created by ChatGPT and so on. And then basically, so once I did that, I started going out to all the different sites. I started off, we got to come here. Let me see what we got going here. Blessings to you, brother. I watched you years ago and motivated me to start my business 4 years in, and I'm doing well. Hey, that's awesome, sir. Very well done. I'm glad to hear that. Excellent. Thank you for that comment, and I appreciate that. So basically, guys, what I did is I then started creating the promo. I also wanted to start with different colors. My colors were blue, red, yellow with white accent color. Because you got to keep your branding. When you start your branding's not important. When you're starting off, branding should be free, but your branding is more than your logo. It's more than your colors. It's also your reputation and so on and so forth. Right. Anyway, so I created the infrastructure of my business. That was the first one. The second part that I did was now I started to go out, try to find some free resources like Moving Helper, Hire a Helper, Simple Moving Labor, all these different places where I could put in and I could get free business. Right. So Moving Helper is owned by U-Haul, and you could sign up as a moving labor affiliate, if you will. And basically, you get put on this directory by U-Haul, and people could go to U-Haul. They go to this moving helper thing, and then they can find the movers they want. They can choose you, and so on and so forth. So I did a lot of business on a moving helper. We did a lot of business on moving helper, but they are expensive. They do take 15% off the top of your rates. Um, so if you charge $200, they're going to take $30, right? So you're going to get $170, and out of that 170, that you got to pay your crew and your gas and all your everything else, right? Then what I did. Oh, let's go back to infrastructure. One thing I also did, I didn't have a website, so I had to create a website. So I used Google Sites. They are no longer, they defunct it. They got rid of Google Sites, but I started a website using Google Sites. So I did have a website and got myself a URL. Now back to getting the job. So I got one. I signed up for everybody I could sign up for, like moving helper, hire a helper, simple moving later, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I put myself all on those boards, right? Now I did that. Once I did that, now I had to go and actually get other jobs. Another place that I put myself on was Thumbtack. Now Thumbtack is like Home Advisor or Angie's List, right? They bring you leads and so on and so forth. And using their different parameters, I set my prices and the different services. And it was a bit of a learning curve on that based on the how people responded to it. But I came up with a perfect response with Thumbtack. And Thumbtack has become my top leading lead generating service. Um, for the first half of this year, Thumbtack was the top one. And I spent a lot of money. I spent probably about $15,000 just in Thumbtack fees because Thumbtack takes a big chunk. I'm now with Moving Helper. I'm on Thumbtack. I'm on Hire a Helper. Um, and we're just really trying to build up that thing. But so that was the first thing. So I started getting jobs, and I didn't really get any jobs until the last week and a half or so of January. And then the last week of January, most of my jobs came from, or all of the jobs came from Thumbtack. I didn't get a single job for Moving Helper at the time, because Moving Helper was giving me a little problem at the time. I couldn't get on, and so on and so forth. I had to go and get some help, but basically, eventually, I did get on Moving Helper. But I had to start off with Thumbtack, and Thumbtack was my primary source. And I did every job. I didn't turn down a single job, right? And it was me and one other guy. And this guy, Rodney, who I showed you on the business card a little earlier, he was my first employee, basically. He was needing a job. I needed work, and I needed somebody. He needed work. It worked out well. He worked for me before when I had my previous moving company. And he also worked with another high-end moving company in town. So I knew he had the skills and the ability. So he and I started the business. We would go travel. I would go and pick him up, and we'd go and do a job. We did a bunch of jobs. We did jobs in Owasso, Lansing. We did junk removal. We did whatever. If it was moving related, we did the job. Like I said, I didn't turn down any business. That first month we made gross. This is just income. Was nearly about $4,500. I forget the exact amounts to the penny. I apologize, but we did make it. And then I just using those from all that money, I then continued to put in all the money, and that went to pay my rent. It paid all my bills. I used it to get more and better advertising. I started advertising on Facebook here and there and doing various things, and started getting my name out. Another thing that we started to do was really concentrate on reviews. We really started to concentrate on reviews because reviews was important to build up that brand, to bring in the referral business. We really started concentrating on reviews. And let me go to the Google thing. I should have had this already up on this, and I could show you my Google business profile. Let's go here. Here. Share this. Good. All right. All right, so this is my Google page. We created it. Now we have 62 5-star reviews. Actually, we have 61 5-star reviews and 1 3-star review. We had a bad day that day. We only have one thing, but we went and created this out for you for the business, and I used my Google dashboard here to create updates and so on and so forth. But this was one of the things that we started on, right? So we started advertising here and going on and just having a good old day. So that's what we started doing. And I really concentrated on those reviews. As you can see, 62 reviews within 1 year. That's 1 year. I started this business last January 1st. This is the new January. 1 year ago, literally to the day, I created the business and using Google. And using Google's review status, I would get reviews. And then I would post those reviews everywhere. Twitter, LinkedIn, the Google place, YouTube, Facebook, wherever I could do it, I just started plastering it, right? I just started plastering the reserves, and more business started coming in. In February, I was able to get on Moving Helper as well as Thumbtack. Moving Helper jobs started coming in, and I started hiring more people. I ended up hiring this guy named Ryan. He worked for me for a couple months until he moved away, and he was doing a great job. And we stopped again. I'm just parlaying my $100 over and over and over. I just kept reinvesting. I wouldn't pay myself at all. And I would just continue putting the money that I didn't spend on the crew or anything, just putting it on more promo, getting better SEO, so on and so forth. Now, so from there, once we started doing it, I got the business. The next step was actually legitimizing the business. So basically, legitimizing the business was getting a real website, becoming an LLC, getting a bank account, and getting licensing insurance. Now, that didn't happen all at once. It was over a couple months, but it started right around June. And I started really legitimizing and putting the business and organization there, getting assets, so on and so forth. We started making real good money. In July, I was able to buy a brand new Lincoln Navigator as part of it because my van, the engine blew up, so I need a new vehicle. But in that other time, up to that point, I was continuing doing what I was doing, reinvesting it in, and I was also handling my credit. So I was paying down all my credit cards. I actually came down to where all my credit cards had been paid 100%. My credit score went through the freaking roof. That was how I was able to get. I was able to buy my Lincoln Navigator, and I love that vehicle. Truthfully, the guys drove it more than I ever did, but because it was big enough, it was able to sit all crew. I could put all the tools and blankets and everything inside the back of it. It was able to tow trailers, and it was a great vehicle. So we started off with getting a good website, a good CRM. I'm going to show you that here in a moment. Some of the tools that I use here at the end. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you some tools, and I'm going to show you how you can get those tools for very, very little cost. When you're starting out, you don't need to go and get these $300, $400, $500 CRMs, moving company CRMs. They're great. Don't get me wrong. You should definitely have a CRM, but you don't have to buy. You could just use this one tool and pay less than $100 a month for the CRM, and it will do everything that you need to do when you're starting off, right? When you get to a big business and you're doing 3, 4, 500,000, yeah, you can go get the big boy CRMs, and I definitely think you should. I've got videos on the channel which ones I like the best. I'm going to be doing a whole new series of those because for my business, I'm going to be testing out and getting demos, and I'll give you my opinion of the best ones, and I'll tell you which one I'm going to go with next. All right, but I've got the software that you can use and customize, and it's just very easy to use. It's if you can use email, you can use the software. Anyhow, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. But anyway, we just continue moving on. So I legitimize the company. Now, the fourth step of the phase, or fourth step, is now expanding. It's scaling. I'm in that phase now where I'm starting to scale. We're starting to think in futures. We're starting. We've got money. I've got money in the bank. Everything's all set up. We're rocking and rolling. Right. If you see right there, there's a photo. That's got sales license. Over here is all my legitimate for my business. And then right there, that's just something I got from Mike Rowe. Right. This right over here. This is a testimonial I got from one of the local news anchors way back with my old company. And then you can see all my transformers, right? You can't see all of them, but you can just see a little bit of all my I collect transformers. Anyway, guys, so now we're now in the phase where we're going to start expanding. We're going to start increasing what we're going to do. We're actually opening up new business ventures. Now, here's the thing about a moving business. If you don't have reoccurring income, you're just going from business. You're just going from job to job to job. There's no monthly income. So you got to figure out what you're going to do to bring in monthly income, right? This business is not up to the ability to have a building where we could do storage. That would be the ultimate monthly income, where we offered storage, self-storage, and then vault storage and so on. So for the moving business, that would be a monthly charge, ching, 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 and that gives you a monthly cash flow. And we're not up to that. They're not up to that yet, right? Again, I'm going to go over all of my financials, and I'm going to show you in proof that I did make at least 100,000. I actually blew the $100,000 goal away. It was just Carsten Darston from Carson Desario, sorry, from Baltimore area. He when I first started this challenge, he goes, "Oh, you should make the goal like 200, 250." I was like, I don't think that I'm going to do that. I know I could do 100,000. I just don't know I could do 200. Well, he was more right than I was. So we'll go over that in a minute. But so the next phase is I'm going to start working on recurring income models. I'm going to start building up. So we're going to start some new moving business adjacent type businesses or jobs that brings in recurring income. So it brings in a monthly income and it's charged. We're also going to start working on bettering our promotion. We're going to start doing postcards and so on. We're going to do email campaigns, SMS campaigns, the whole works. We got that in. We've got the CRM. We've got the software to do that. So we're going to start really doing it. And actually, let me take you to, I'm going to take you here to my marketing. I'm going to show you. I created my very first, just give me a second to pull it up. I created my very first email campaign, and I'm gonna show you that. So we created the very first email campaign that actually legitimately went out today. So here you go. You can see here in my campaign, we sent out 159 emails, 6 of them bounced, 1 unsubscribed. That's fine. And that's great. But we have a 20% open rate. And it basically, the email simply was, hey, it was just this. Here it was. It was just right here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year from Mr. Big Stuff, Labor and Moving, blah, blah, blah. That was it. That's all I did. Now, my goal here is to actually, so maybe you're not seeing that here. Okay, yeah, you're seeing it. Okay, good. So my goal is to do more of these campaigns. Right. It's to do more of those email campaigns, especially with people who have been our previous customers with us. So if you're their previous customer, they're going to start getting a monthly newsletter email. I'm going to be setting up drip campaigns for nurturing sequences. So I'm going to do the Louis Massaro thing of 3-2-1, which can do email, text message, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the 4 phases, right? So now let me show you some of the let's get into it. Let's show you the proof. Did I or did I make at least $100,000 from $100 starting a movie business? That's what you came here for. That's what you're here for. Let's see the proof. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to share. Okay, hang on. Oop, I have to go to present again. I apologize. That was dumb of me to do that. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Good. Let me, good. So you got it. This is my QuickBooks, which we got here. And this is my profit and loss statement from January to December. And you can see right here, guys, right here, $130,000. I made $130,000 starting with only $100 and created a successful moving business. There it is. There's the proof. You can deny me or whatever you want. You can deny. That's fine. I don't care one way or the other. But I've got proof. That's my. When you go over there, you can clearly see how much I've made. Here, we've made 123 in sales. Here's how much we've refunded to customers. Here, the services that we buy, all this, and you can see how. Here you go. Here's how much in marketing and advertising I spent. Almost $40,000, guys. $40,000 I've spent. Right now, my biggest expense, obviously, which you won't be surprised, is wages. I've spent nearly $51,000 on wages. So that's a lot of money. 50,000. So nearly what is that? Out of 130, it's less. It's about 45% of 45% of my business was paid in wages. That is something I am going to have to get. The ideal scene is to get my wages down to around 30, 35%, no more than 40. We're above that now. I want to get ideally, I think whatever the word. I think it's a good idea that I could get down to 35%, right? At 30%, that's a little bit ambitious. I'm going to go for it this year, but definitely that is the goal, to get around between 30 and 35 percent of the income. So the goal of this year is I want to take my $100,000 business and turn it into a $300,000 business. That is the goal for this upcoming business. The other thing is to actually systemize everything, to actually finalize and build out all my software so it's all automated, right? It is also to create income streams that will be regular and monthly, so that we have consistent income coming in monthly, whether it's wintertime, slow season or not. And then also, finally, the next goal is to buy a couple of moving trucks. We get a couple of moving trucks. We upgrade our insurance to get cargo insurance so we could legitimately do moving, full service moving, other than just a labor only, and doing a labor only kind of full service that we do. Basically, just so you know, we do long distance and out of state movement, but basically what we do is we get somebody's up, we handle the entire logistics of the move. We'll do the load of the job. We'll load it all up. We'll help them get the moving truck rental. We'll load up their truck, do it all good. If they hire somebody, they can hire one of my crew guys to drive it down, but that's a separate thing. Or they can drive the truck down, and then we'll already have a crew at the other end to unload the truck for them, right? So that's our full service moving system that we do, right? Hi, Sharon. Sheridan. Sorry, my eyes are bad, so may God bless you with a long and prosperous life, brother. You gave me the motives to work for myself. Last year, I made $5K in 37 days with no truck labor only. Awesome, my man. That's exactly what you can do. You can definitely do 50,000, 55K in a month. Yeah, I think you should go for more. There's no reason why you couldn't do $10,000, $15,000. That is what we're on average doing in our slow month is about 15,000. But work for it. 5K, 37 days. Excellent, brother. That's a great start. Start building up. Get a website. Get some social media profiles, and so on and so forth. All right. So you've seen my QuickBooks. You've seen the proof that I did make over $100,000. Actually, we killed it. I am now going to I'm going to now show you the tools that I use starting with the software that I use. Now, I will leave a link in the comments after this is uploaded and done. I will put a link in the comment section of this video. And so if you're not seeing this live, just go to the comment section. I will leave a link to this software for you to get if that's what you want to do. Right. So this is called High Level. And this is my dashboard. As you can see, this in the last 31 days, we made $15,038. We've had opportunities of nearly 20,000. Some of those are opportunities with people we've done estimates for, or for some reason they no call, no show. You can see that we've lost about 4,000 or so. But here's the dashboard. You can see our funnel. You can see how it's distributed in. You can see that we're getting a lot of our traffic is direct. We do got some paid things, but here's the dash. Here's our lead sources. You can see Google. We've got 10 leads, and we've made about $10,000 off of that. Hire a helper. Our quote from there's on a thing. Another place like it's actually Hire Helper kind of thing. Moving Helper. We've done jobs for over the last 31 days. We've only made about $1,200. Nextdoor, we actually got somebody to hire us off of Nextdoor, which is great. Repeat customers, we made $1,000, and Thumbtack $7,200, nearly 73. So you can see between the paid ads and Thumbtack, that is our chief. Income sources right now. Now we're obviously, since we know that, we're going to put more money into those Thumbtack. We're going to put more money into Thumbtack. We're going to be putting more money into the Google ads. And increase it. And then we're going to find out what other marketing areas that we could do that are good and see if we can't build some of these up or just get rid of them. Like, is Hire Helper worth our time? I don't know. It's very expensive. And then you can see our Google business profile and all the statistics, which is incorporated in here, right? And you can see here, we get a lot of people searching, about 378 people. People go for maps, right? Total views, 480 total views, 19 website visits, 17 calls come from our Google dashboard. Now we can all do conversations, and this is one of the tools that you can do. So you can see conversations. Now, if you go over to contacts here, you can see all my contacts, right? And you can see all of that, the contacts. And if I click on one of these guys, you can see I have the ability to sign a task, write notes, do an appointment, send documents, and actually ask for money. So I can actually ask for money right through here, right from our thing, right from our dashboard here, right from our CRM. So this is called Go High Level. It's inexpensive. It's $97 a month, and you can customize it however you want. So if you go over here to our opportunities tab, this is basically our CRM. You can add or move for like this. I could take this card and move it over to any one of these columns there. And I can have I have automation set up for every one of these columns. So if someone comes in, they get on an automation. If their card gets moved to a estimate and they're looking over the estimate, they now got an automation. So they're getting emails, they're getting texts, they're getting phone calls. This is a neat thing here. If I go I can right here make a phone call for this guy right from my dashboard right now if I so wanted to, right? And here, I'll show you real quick. We'll do it. See, it's dialing right now. See that? We're just going to hang up. But anyway, we can make phone calls right from the computer legitimately. I mean, this is it's an amazing software. If you don't have it, you should definitely get it. All right. All right, sir. Great. You go and kill it, man. I've got great confidence in you. Awesome. So that was so there's the thing. Now I want to show you my promotion. This is our rat card. All right. It's one I'm creating. Over here you can see here that you got the front and back. Here's front and back. But on Canva, you can actually, if you want to do it, you could create a design and you could go a rat card. right? Okay, I'm going to go a rat card here, right? And then you can go and get a template. Like this is the initial template that I used, right? But you can scroll down and use any one of these templates. Now, if you want to use a say moving, you can just go like that, and you could say moving company, right? And now you've got all these moving company templates that you can create. Now let's just do one. I like this one. I like this one. So we're gonna do this one, and you can see right now. You could see this. So you could create. You could change the colors. So let's say you're a purple. I'm just gonna do some weird purple color, and you can change. Good. Okay, it didn't do it. Why is it not doing it? Okay. Oh, okay. That's because I'm doing it. So yeah, we'll go back to. We want this thing right here. We're gonna go to purple for that. Oh, it's not doing it. All right. Well, fine. Be that way. But you could change your name like la la la, right? You could just highlight that, change your name to whatever. You could moving service. I get rid of that. I don't know what that is, but there you go. Our move, our expertise. You can change all of this however you want. You can customize all of this. If you want to keep the blue color, you can. I got to figure out why it's not going. Oh, that's because I'm. Let's go here. There we go. See now I got blue and purple. So I come down here, I go over here to hit this, and boom. There you go. Now it's purple and gold. And you can just start using this. And when you want it down, you can you can just start playing with these things. And if you have any problems, just go to YouTube. You just say, "How do I do this in Canva?" And there will be a YouTube video on it. But there's all these neat little things that you can use too. And then once you share, you can come over here and share. You can download it. You can have it print. Like I love this thing. So you can actually go over here. Say you want to have this. You want to get actual physical cards. You could come over here and print it, and it tells you what you could tell it what page, what thing. You could tell how much it is, and it's very affordable. Like 1,000 cards, $230. That's really cheap. And then you can actually print the cards out um, right from Canva. And that's what I have done. I've done business cards like that. I'm doing rat cards. I'm working on a brochure, a trifold brochure, and so on and so forth. So there you go. Those are the tools that I'm using. I've talked to you about the platforms that I'm on. You could see everything that I'm doing. It is possible, guys. It is possible to start a business with just $100. You don't need a lot. You just need to have the motivation and gumption to get up off your derriere and go do something. Right? If you're not doing something, you're not taking action. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect action. Don't wait for something to be perfect. My first rat card was ugly, and then I started seeing other designs, started seeing with the elements, and I started with my just started taking. I leaned into the anime manga uh, artwork only because one, people our customers are younger, they're familiar with anime. It's easy to create your own non-copyrighted or restricted uh, pictures using AI. So it's easy to do it. And it's just easy to do that way. So that's why I don't have like I do use some of my own pictures. We take pictures, but I use a lot of AI. If you need help creating your website and you don't know what to say, AI is very good. Also, that's a neat thing about Go High Level that I mentioned earlier, is that in Go High Level, you can create websites and funnels. You could create an entire website using it, and they have AI to help you. They have templates you can start from. It doesn't take a lot. It's just a matter of learning, experimenting, trying things out, and actually doing and taking imperfect, massive action, right? Maximum effort, massive action, but you got to take action and do not care whether you make messes, you screw up or not. But if you want to create a 6-figure, even a 7-figure business, and you want it, and you don't have a lot of money, but you want to get out of the rat race, you want to get out of the hamster wheel of having more month at the end of your money, then go and create a business, create a service business. You can do all sorts of businesses, and that doesn't take a big expenditure. You got $100, you can get in a lot of cases you can do it for free. Just get out there and do it. Just start a business. I don't care if you start a moving business, start a cleaning business, start a poop scooping business, start a trash removal business. Whatever you want, you can do and do it very effectively and cheaply. You don't need to have all big trucks. You don't need to have everything, lettered up with t-shirts and stuff. Although all that stuff is great, you don't need it when you're first starting out. And you really don't need it until you're really becoming successful. Really having t-shirts and hats and branded trucks and cars and all that. That's great. You should have that. But wait till you have the money, right? Right now, what I want you to do is just take action. Get up off your ass. There's no excuse to be poor in America. Period. None. The only reason why you're not making money, you're not being wealthy, you're not being successful, it's because you're lazy. Period. Stop being lazy. Now, laziness comes down to fear. What if I fail? What if I screw up? What if someone sues me? Blah, blah, blah. That may or may not happen. But you can't let that fear stop you from living out your dreams. Now, if you're good and you continue to educate yourself, you go to the YouTube University, you read books, you talk to other people that's been in business, there's a good chance that you're going to succeed. But it takes you to get out there and do it. And I know you guys can do it. I know you can. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard. It's simple. It's easy, right? Just figure out what you need to do it. And when it comes, let's talk about hiring people. All right. We didn't talk about that, but hiring people, I learned a lot from my last business to this new business. In this new business, I'm a much more sympathetic and empathetic boss. I don't micromanage as much as I used to. Far, far, far less. And I really do invest in my business. And my guys come and say, "Hey, I need a little extra cash. Can I get an advance?" If I have it, I give it to them. Why? Because I trust them. Will they screw me over? Possibly. I've had a couple guys do it. You know what? It's water off a duck's back in that thing. But being empathetic, being sympathetic, investing into your business, giving great bonuses is a great indicator, is something that you should do. Having good bonuses and then paying above average, right? There's moving companies right now in my area that are only paying movers $14 and $15 an hour. Well, I'm sorry, guys. They could go to McDonald's and get paid $14 an hour to start. I start my guys at $18, and I've got people that are up to $25 an hour, right? That's one reason why our pay ratio is so high. But basically, I'm going to counter that with I'm going to get more customers. I'm going to raise my prices, and I'm going to increase my and get some recurring monthly income. That's what you can do. All right, guys. Did I do it? Yes, you can do it. I did it. You can do it. Just go out there, do it. You've got every tool. You got all the videos in my complete library to help you do it. All of those tools will work for you for whatever business, whether you want to start a moving business or tree trimming business, landscaping, lawn mowing, whatever business, you can use the principles, if not the actual tactics in those previous videos. And you can start a good business with very little money. Guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year. I hope your 2025 is successful and prosperous and you thrive. And if you're not thriving, if you have a problem, feel free to reach out to me at any time. Email me, DM me on Facebook or wherever you find me. And I will gladly sit down with you. I'll do a one-on-one video call. We'll go over all your questions. I do it completely free because I want to, because I love you. Also, feel free to join my Facebook group, 7-Figure Moving Group. That's 7-Figure Moving Group. Join that, and you'll have access to hundreds, nearly 1,000 people in this Facebook group. It's free to join. I'm in there regularly. I'm constantly doing it. That's where I'm putting all my materials. There's free downloads and materials that you can use in that group. Pretty much I made everything that I had that I was selling through Seven Figure Moving. I pretty much took all of that out and put it in the group for free. So join the group, sign up for the group. Just don't spam it, guys. Don't go out there and try to spam the group. But I would love to see you there and to say thank. Make sure you leave a comment. If you're not watching this live, leave a comment below. Also, look out for my link to Go High Level so you can create your own very affordable CRM, guys. Thank you, man. I love you. I want to hear good things from you. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.